Okay. Hi Derry, it's Sunday the 28th of September, early in the morning. So where are we? We're in France, and we're on day number 1, counting from 0 of our extended campervan holiday. So where am I? Just here. So what's the story so far? Get up the spanking. So we're at a campervan site just into France, and we're on day number 1. How's it going so far? Well, very well so far. We've had a bit of a varied start. Yesterday we picked up the campervan a little bit earlier than the 2 o'clock, which was the earliest time we were supposed to allow to pick it up. So we thought, okay, we're well ahead of schedule. But things took a little bit of a turn for the worse. We'd pre-packed lots of clothes into boxes to put into the campervan. And don't forget, this is a van conversion that we're hiring from a local company called B&W, because we're trying to test out van conversions versus coach builds. And whilst we appreciate coach builds are kind of nicer, van conversions are going to be smaller and more manoeuvrable. So that's our objective in this hire. So back to the story. So we picked up the van a little bit early. We thought, okay, we're ahead of schedule. We've done lots of packing of clothes into bags. We packed all the stuff into bags, and then it was a question of getting the bicycles onto the bicycle rack. So let's look at the bicycle rack. Okay, here's the mysterious bicycle rack. So what you see there are the 2 bicycles both have got seats removed, and it took us about 2 hours to put those bicycles on for various different reasons. Reason number 1 was that we couldn't get the second bicycle on. The first bicycle went on with difficulty, and then the second bicycle was sort of touching and sticking out from the first bicycle. So we had to move those twiddly things around, and it's our first ever attempt at using them. I would say then that this is a fine reason to have a camper van which has got an inbuilt garage, like, for example, this guy over there. You see that little hatch, because then the bicycles could fit in there without any hassle. I mean, you'd have to put a rail on the inside of the garage, but still. Anyway, so we trundled off eventually after the 2-hour delay, and that sort of derailed all our plans, because we planned to go to Decathlon, we planned to go to the supermarket, and we only just made the Carrefour supermarket in France just before it was closing. Unfortunately, when we got there, the shop that we were going to buy the sim from had also closed, the orange shop, so we had to buy a La sim, which wasn't ideal. And then, despite numerous attempts to get it working, it just didn't work. They had to activate the sim via the internet, which is obviously difficult if you haven't got the internet, and secondly by phone. And when we phoned, they said, oh well, we've just closed for the evening. Oh dear. So to cut a long story short, we didn't have the internet. We kept driving. We had a few paper maps and emergency information. I've got maps on the Windows phone because they're stored on the phone, not on the internet. And there's a guy doing the opening. Nothing's broken or fallen off. So we, oh, by the way, here's the view. So, to cut an even more longer story, what is becoming an even longer story, we kept driving, and we turned off the motorway, the paid motorway, and came down to this place which is by the lake, Borget. And now we spent all night outside the facility, free of charge. And now we thought, well, we'd go try and do the big bicycle ride, because it's a very nice area here. There's a lake, very scenic. So we do the bicycling, and so we're going to do a full-blown take the bicycles off and see how easy it is to put them back on again routine.